Morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. Today we're making fruity applesauce biscuits. You're going to have to grease a baking dish, or if you have cookie sheets, you're going to need 2 of them. Please preheat your oven to 425. Okay. Now I have a half a cup of whole wheat flour here. And I'm going to add 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Like I told you, don't leave it heaping. Level them off. Don't pack them. Don't use a liquid measuring cup or your biscuits will be too heavy. You're going to need applesauce. I took 3 green apples, and I peeled them and I grated them, and then I sat there and put some cinnamon in with them and a little bit of water, and I cooked them until they were done to make my unsweetened applesauce. But if you wish, you can buy applesauce that is not sweetened. So I would not recommend it. A lot of you will probably do this. Baking powder, we need a whole tablespoon. We're going to eat a half a teaspoon of salt. The reason we take half a cup of the all-purpose flour and convert it into the whole wheat is to make sure we get those B's and minerals that we're looking for, but not enough that it affects your flavor of the biscuits. Cutter. You're going to need a 3-inch biscuit cutter. I didn't have a 3-inch, so I am going to use a 2 3/4, but these are going to be big biscuits. They're not little ones. And you're going to add 2 tablespoons of powdered milk into this. Now you are going to need 10 tablespoons of butter, and you're going to have to work it in. Okay, where did my sons put No wonder it's right there in front of me. Okay, we'll do something else today. Okay. Well, I could go ahead and use it. It's got apples in it. Oh, what the heck. If your butter is soft, then go ahead and just work it in. If yours is slightly frozen like mine, I'm gonna grater mine in. You know, when I grew up, we weren't insulting to females or the elderly or our parents, adults, or nothing. If we found something funny, we kept it to ourselves. It's mind-boggling that you young people of today come to think things are a God-given right to you to be insulting. I have seen it on so many channels and pages, your sarcastic remarks. You have no respect for yourselves or anybody else. I don't have to like you, but I would respect you. I'm glad I was raised at that time. I would not want to be raised today with the immorals that we have of today. If our sons even said half of the stuff that you guys said, they would eat in bars of soap and their tail end would be up in the air and he would be paddling them. That's why a country, if you come into a country, everybody should have the same morals instead of thinking that they can do something else other than. All right. We need 1/4 of a cup of milk. And to that, we're going to need to add, oh, we're going to have to get another bowl. This is just not going to fit. Going to add an egg. And you want 1 cup of applesauce and applesauce you have left, you can put it with plain yogurt and sweeten it up to taste and add raisins if you wish. Alright, that's a cup. And 1/2 cup of dark raisins. But you know what I find really funny? Is if somebody, for these young people that are very sarcastic with other people, talk about their mother and talk about their parents, their sister, their brother, you watch how fast they come to a defense. If you come to such a defense as that, you should be respectful of other people. Coat your raisins so they'll suspend throughout your biscuit, which is what you want. Now what do you want me to do? Well, I'm going to have to beat your milk and egg before you add that applesauce in, unless your applesauce is cool. Mine is not, so I have to be careful. I'm going to add a little bit at a time, work it in, then dump it in. I want you to use a fork. Do not overmix this. I'm going to put it in here. So make a well in the center and add all this in. So there's an old phrase that I grew up with, and I know the elderly will recognize this very well. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So next time you think about mocking, insulting, or anything to an elder, when it's done to your family, be it your sister or your brother, you can't say zip because you have done it yourself to somebody. So if you can do it, it can be done to you. If you do it to somebody's loved ones, it'll be done to your loved ones. You can't say zip. The proper word is S-H-I-T. If you have respect, real respect for people, you will remember what you do to somebody or someone's loved one can be done back to your loved one or to you. You don't have to like them, but the respect should be given. And as they say to young people who are in their 20s and to children, you're to be seen and not heard because you don't have enough under your belt in life to know anything. I mean, I didn't speak up with opinions until I was much older. And I dealt and respected the elders that were around me. You've had it out about 3/4 of an inch. And start cutting out. I added cinnamon into my applesauce. How much? To my taste. While it was cooking. I usually put a cinnamon stick in when I make a lot, but since I didn't make a lot, it didn't make sense. So I just used powdered. Yes, it is. Okay, we are going to bake these for exactly 20 minutes, and I'll see you then. Okay, they're done. Okay, we'll try these. Here they are on the bottom. Like I said, they check the bottom and the inside. Then they go for the taste. That's why I show you so you can see. Here they are. Now we're going to try them. Really hot. They have a nice flavor. Hold on a minute. I'll be right back. They're not a sweet biscuit. They have a nice flavor to them. They seem, you would think, that they're a little on the dry side. But I think it's because you always look forward to having butter on your biscuits. You will not be disappointed in these. A nice jelly would go nice on. If you have apple jelly, that would really go, just bring out the apples even more. But it's a mild taste. I'm not gonna lie, it's a mild taste. But this is how you make, what's the name of it? Fruity applesauce biscuits. Take care. Bye-bye.